to apologise for last week as well, because we didn't get Randy.
No. Anyway, good evening, folks.
And that did not sound right going live. Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Hang on, what have I done? I've done something stupid.
Here we go.
That's it. Yeah,
What did you do? Mute yourself?
I hit the wrong button. That's what I usually do. Always hitting the wrong button.
Totally.
Anyway, we've got Rocky is chomping away on a.
It's disgusting. It's a pig snout.
But it'll keep him quiet for at least 10 minutes, which is more than normally.
Oh, so he's been at it a good 5 minutes already.
I can't find something. I cannot find something. I've had it up and I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Good evening. Good afternoon, Mick. I'm just having a bit of a senior moment here. Ah, there it is.
Evening, Pulsar. Oh, dear.
Good evening, Pulsar. Sorry, that's right. Anyway, hello, folks. Here we are again.
It's the Rocky Pig Horror Show tonight.
Yes, the Rocky Pig Horror. He'll start barking when he's finished that. But yeah, he just before we start. Good afternoon, Chance. Good afternoon, Matt. Welcome. Yeah, and before I start the stream, I go and put him out for a do-wopsy, and it's been raining, and he was trying to get under the bush so he didn't get wet. One of these days, I'm going to film him doing it because it's so funny.
Yeah. Seeing as how it's his birthday, yes. One of those.
He is so funny. When he comes in, I have to pick all the crap off him. Yeah. Anyway, enough about what Rocky's been up to.
Does he by any chance complain and say, "Leave me alone"?
Oh, God.
I don't. Sorry.
Anyway, nearly 3,000 views this week, 2,290. 4 new subscribers, so welcome to the Madhouse.
Hang on. 2,290 is not nearly 3,000. Do you mean 2,900?
Yeah. Shall I go home now? Yeah, I'm putting something together, Pulsar, for Rocky's birthday, because I'm not going to do a birthday top 10. I'm going to put a collage of Rocky from 2 years old till the present day, which will be quite fun. Anyway, what have you been watching?
You want This Is Your Life music?
Yes. Coming at number 3, Iain Jury, and I apologise I spelt it wrong. I've had a real nightmare this week. Good hello, Record Hound. So 46 people have watched the Iain Jury retro ranking. I enjoyed doing that one. Number 2 was Rob Walker's birthday only yesterday, and 132 people have watched his birthday top 10, which was a great
evening,
top
Zeb.
10. Good evening, Zeb. But the most watched is good evening, Simon. Is the Battle of the Debuts, the Kiss and the Thin Lizzy, 136, and Kiss are top of the shorts again. 115 people this week alone have watched Creatures of the Night. It's going through the roof, this one. Very popular. It's a good album, though, Creatures of the Night. The 28-day views, 9,489. 23 new subscribers in the month. Number 3 is the top 20 number 3s of all time. Well, Richard, 181. Ozzy Osbourne's album ranking 189. And the top still is the 1990 number 2s with Richard, 207. Now, views since we started, we are getting very close to nearly 200,000. We're at 198,238.
We could be celebrating 200 next Thursday.
Yes. And we've now got 1,050 subscribers, you mad people.
Oh, well, welcome to the new ones.
Can I pronounce it wrong? Have I been wrong, saying it wrong then? Frup.
Yeah.
Yes, nothing's changed. Good evening,
Ralph.
Nothing's changed in that top three, though. Jethro Tull, Derek Riggs, Maiden. Talking of Maiden, we'll be talking about, well, Dave's got some bits on Iron Maiden if you haven't heard. And quote, oh, do you know what the top short was for the 28 days? Kiss 327, but still leading the way in the best ever short is Oxygen, which is now 2,219. Going back to Kiss and Thin Lizzy, it was probably...
It was the biggest vote we've had.
Biggest vote. 18 people thought Kiss Alive was better, but 41 of you thought Thin Lizzy was even better. The Mad Obscurian's a good name for a prog band. Yes, it is. Yeah, Zeb, I'll go. It's easy. All you got to do is go to that pretty. You've put yours in. No, you can only have one vote, Zeb. You've put yours in, or a dart team. Yeah, you've put yours in. But your second one was just in case someone had the same one. So the the work in progress is getting on now. Sonic Youth, I've listened to 12 of the 15, nearly done them. Flaming Lips, 10 of 16. Clutch, am I enjoying Clutch? 8 of 13. Shadow Gallery is 4 of 6. New Order, 5 of 10.
Evening Radio Gnome and Charles.
Skids, 4 of the 7. 2 Toto, 2 Lyndon's Fan, 3 Fela Kuti, which I'm thoroughly enjoying.
I think that was one of Zeb's.
Yeah, 3 Metallica, 2 Poison, 5 of Eagles, and we've completed the Winter Machine, and we're just waiting for that new album. So that's me done with everything.
Oh yeah, and Morrissey as well.
Yes,
we're waiting for one.
Name Dream Nation. I like that one, Zeb. I would say, yeah, not far off with your prediction. So I'm going to. It's now time for hatches and matches and dispatches.
Right. We missed one last week due to the fact that the notice wasn't put up until after the show had finished on Thursday. So Wednesday of last week, we lost Randy Meissner, bassist and co-founder of the Eagles. But since then, since last Thursday, we've only lost 2 people. But my God, they have had an effect on British TV and films. The 28th of July, we lost Jim Parker, British composer. He composed an awful lot of music for TV, including Midsummer Murders, House of Cards, Foyle's War, Soldier Soldier, and a program called Map and Lucia. And then today, we lost Carl Davis, an American composer, or American-born composer and conductor. He moved to London in 1961 and been living here ever since. And he has composed an awful lot of music for films and TV series. Films, he was a BAFTA winner for The French Lieutenant's Woman, Best Film Music. And TV series, he did Winston Churchill, The Wilderness Years, The Hound of the Baskervilles, Hotel du Lac, Upstairs, Downstairs, to name just a couple. The pair of them have a massive catalogue of music, so both sad losses. Birthdays this week, we've got 14. We've got a youngster. We really do have a youngster today. 19 years old today. There's a young lady, Savannah Shaw. She's an American pop singer with her father, Matt Shaw. They started releasing music videos at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic back in 2020 and have just been going in leaps and bounds. Now, we've also got a strange one today. A girl by the name of Tiffany Evans. She's an American pop and R&B singer. But We're not 100% certain about her birthday because she's got two birth dates. It's the 3rd of August, but it's either 1992 or 1993. So she's either 30 or 31. But definitely 30. How can you not know what year she was born in New York? How can you not know what year you were born? There must be a record somewhere. But anyway, 34 years old today is Jessica Mauboy. I hope I said that right. She's an Australian singer with the Young Divas. 39 today is a German pop singer, Helene Fischer. And she specializes in what is called Schlager music. It's a style of European popular music that's generally a catchy instrumental accompaniment to vocal pieces of pop music with simple, happy-go-lucky and often sentimental lyrics.
Plinky plonky music.
Yes, but very, very successful. She's several platinum records. She sells an awful lot. 42 today is Marquez Houston, an American R&B singer with the band Immature IMX. 54, and Iain knows this one, is Max Cavalera, Brazilian heavy metal guitarist and singer with the band Sepultura. 58 today is Terry Lynn Carrington. She's an American jazz drummer, composer, producer, and educator. And boy, has she played with some people. She's played with Dizzy Gillespie, Stan Getz, Clark Terry, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, Joe Sample, Al Jarreau, Yellow Jackets, and a whole bunch more. 61 today is Joey Hoffman, an American keyboard and organ player with Soul Asylum, and Paul Reynolds, British rock guitarist with the Flock of Seagulls. 70 today is Michael Harris, an American trumpet and flugelhorn player with the Phoenix Horns, who were the horn section for Earth, Wind and Fire, and they've also played with Phil Collins. 71 today is Moya Brennan. You might know her younger sister, Enya. So, Moya, Irish folk singer and harpist with Clannad and Mora. 76 today is Paul Layden, an English musician and rocker with the New Seekers. 77 today is Max Middleton.
Hey.
Yes, British rock keyboard player with the Jeff Beck Group. And 80 years old today is Tina Cole. She's an American singer with a group, the Four King Cousins. Now, Iain said that I had a bit of news about Iron Maiden. I don't know if anyone has seen an article, but if you had heard that Iron Maiden's drummer was slowing down, couldn't play drums anymore, there's a reason for it. Back in January, he had a mini stroke. It's known as a transient ischemic attack, a TIA. He had 10 weeks of intense therapy. He's 71 and said it was almost time for him to start rehearsals for Iron Maiden's The Future Past tour. Having had a stroke at the age of 71, he is back. He is ready to go on tour with Iron Maiden, playing drums. And the tour finishes in, let's see, they mentioned a date somewhere. I think it's in California.
Yeah, so hats off to Nico.
Yes.
And hope he keeps well.
Oh, last week's quiz. Hey, well done. Yes, you beat me. 14 of you got it wrong. 16 of you got it right. Yes, it was sadness. Today's quiz. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. So far, I'm ahead. 7-2 at the moment. 7 of you've got it wrong, 2 of you have it right. It's a good one. I enjoyed looking it up. Anyway, back to Iain, and it's time to add that to the stream and full screen, and away you go, young sir.
There we go. Well, it's time to look into the crystal ball and see what we're doing next week. So Monday, we're going to start off with. Now, is it part? I've got to think what part it is. Part 4? Part must be part 5. It's got to be part 5.
Part 5
of the Tony Martin story. Now, this is a little venture he did with Dario Mollo. Now, Dario is a producer as well, and he was the producer for the Giutini project. So they obviously got on together and they made some albums, and they're pretty good, as ever, with Mr. Martin. So we're going to look at those albums. Now, classic albums for the next month, I thought we'd have a little bit of reggae, because the weather over here in UK has not been the best summer weather, so I wanted something to give us a bit of sunshine. So I thought I would pick 4. Basically, these are the 4 most popular albums according to this reggae site. Yeah, and the first one we're going to look at is the Heptones, which are a band I've heard of, and I've actually heard of this album, Cool Rasta, and it's a pretty cool album. And it does make you think of cocktails and palms and sea and sand and all that. So that's for Monday.
Are we flying totally tropical airways?
Could be doing that. Tuesday, reveals request. We've been, my mate Lee has been said, why don't you do the Rolling Stones solo stuff? And we've reached Mr. Keith Richards, who in that picture looks like he's been propped up.
But he also looks a bit like John McEnroe back in the day.
He does a bit. Somewhere related. And retro ranking, we have got a legend who sadly passed away. So I thought I'd show him a little bit of tribute to the legend that is Tony Bennett. And if there's anyone out there that says they don't like at least one Tony Bennett song, you're lying. Everyone likes a Tony Bennett song. Okay, Wednesday is Marathon Day, and we're going to be looking at a band that I've seen twice. They supported, I can never remember who they supported, but I saw them actually at a headline gig, and it's the melodic rock, AOR, whatever you want to call it, FM, the UK band. You're looking at their studio albums.
Yeah, because we've got FM Canada are in the pipeline.
They're in the pipeline, yes. Thursday, we've got another power metal battle. Now, this one's quite interesting. The first album of his Ever for After, where Floor Jansen from Nightwish started. And there is a guitarist called Mark Johansson that's no relation to Floor. But he left the band and formed another band called Epica. So it's the same guitarist on 2 albums. But of course, Epica has got the wonderful Simone. Can't think of a second name, but 2 great albums. Another hard one for me because I love both these albums. Pick and mix next week. We're going to have a walk down memory lane. We'll be looking at the top 10 singles for the 10th of August, 1960. Some good tunes in that one. It takes us to Friday. I've got a busy day on Friday. Live album ranking is one of my favourite 70s rock bands, the brilliant Trapeze, Mel Galley, Dave Holland, and the fantastic Glenn Hughes. 2 new albums next week. First one is the legendary Girls' School. Yes, they are still making albums, and it's WF45. And if you love Girls' School, and I mean classic Motorhead, the slight Motorhead, they're the female version of Motorhead. It's great. And also out tomorrow is the new album from Mammoth WVH, which is Wolfgang Van Halen and Mammoth 2. I loved Mammoth 1, and it was one of the first albums I actually did a review on this channel when I started doing reviews. So it's new and out tomorrow. Looking forward to that. And then, of course, we've still got this little beauty running. They're coming in thick and fast now. How many are we up to now? Is it 17, 18?
18.
18. So you've still got till the 17th of September, midnight, which is, I've got it written down somewhere. Yeah, I think I wrote it down. Yes. So if you're in America and you want to stay, you've got to do it by 11 p.m. That's in Europe, 7 p.m. on the eastern side of America, and 4 p.m. on the Pacific side. So there we go. So that's all coming up.
Mm-hmm. And we had one other thing to mention.
You can do that. I'll stop staring and I'll come back into play.
Oh, right. Thank you. I'm looking and I can't find what I wanted. Epica is Simone Simmons.
You can mention that any on this here because I know it's all done in good jest, Marius. And I do like your latest video. It's very nice.
Yes. So while you've been occupying the screen, good evening, Marius, Simon. Right.
See, even Paul Sasser's Tony's great. Yeah, he is great. Absolute legend. Well, it was sad to hear about Nico McBrain's TIA, but you wouldn't think if you've been watching any of the clips of him on YouTube. I think he's doing really well, but I was saying to Dave earlier, could this just be? Do you think this could be the end of Iron Maiden touring? What do you guys think? Put your comments below. Do you think, for Nico's health's sake, do you think he should either leave the band?
I think he might.
Or do you think the band will finish?
I think he'll call if he's wise, he'll call it quits. I mean, yes, you've got to maintain, but at 71, having had a mini stroke, no, it's time to kick back a bit. And plus, I mean, we were looking at the ages of the band. Bruce Dickinson turns 65, I think it is, next week, and he won't be able to he'll lose his commercial pilot's license because you have to retire at 65, but he can still fly as a private pilot. So I don't know whether he'd be able to fly the band around or not.
Yeah. Just responding to Chance. Yeah, I've heard the single. It is pretty slick. It's a really good song. So if anyone wants to come up and say hello, I've put the link in. And don't remember, please turn down your volume on
mute. It's easiest to mute
your
YouTube channel.
Or we get echo.
Well, it's 2 apiece in the community vote.
Yeah. Good evening, Nick, you little rascal.
Yes.
We put Bernard Manning in, and then we watched the video, and then we realised it was Ian Jury. You tinker. But I think that's good. But we've decided if we need an extra one to make the numbers even, Bernard Manning will go in.
Yes.
So yes.
I think if we've already gone past the numbers required for a minimum of one round, 16. So now we're looking towards 32. If we don't get to 32, we'll start having a look at your second offerings, shall we say, and maybe incorporate those in the list to make the numbers up, so we can have a fair playing field, as it were, 16 to 30, 32 to 16 to 8 to 4 to 2 to 1. So,
but Dave's got to sort that out. That's not my bit of this. I just sit here and waffle on about the music.
Yes, Matt, but if his commercial license, as far as I'm aware, he has to surrender it. Commercial pilots have to retire at 65. Private pilots can continue at whatever age they want, but it's the commercial license.
Yeah, Mike says that Nick made a big mistake. Should have gone with Bernard.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Evening, Stevie Vinyl.
Lovely to see you again. Yeah, so and also if there's quite a lot, there'll be one, not just one battle a week. I may have to do one on a Sunday or a couple on a Sunday, so we don't get bogged down in round one.
Mm-hmm.
So to get through them, and the other thing is, if you want to go and listen to these albums that are in the Battle Royale, they're going up as shorts now. So if you go to the shorts in the tab of the thing, they're all there. So it's only started this week, so you haven't got to go back too far. So they're all going to be put in up until the thing, so you're there and you can listen to. And it's like today, if you want to have a bash at the Battle of the Debut, I have put some of the songs in a playlist, but there are links to the playlists on YouTube, so if you want to go and have a listen.
Yeah,
because the idea of this power metal thing is to enlighten people's, broaden their horizons. I know there's a lot of us that like metal, but I love.
Yeah.
I'm just pumping up a little bit of.
Well, I mean, we've broadened your horizons by throwing in bands that you'd never heard of and
yes,
types of music that you hadn't listened to and that you've gone, oh, sorry, I had to readjust myself. Anyway, is anybody coming up?
Yeah, anyone want to come up and say hello? So the thing is tonight, for you in the Obscurians, how do you think is it time, as much as we love Iron Maiden, do you think it's time to hang up the boots, or for touring, make albums but stop touring, or limit their shows? What are your thoughts? As I say,
how old are the Rolling Stones?
They're old as well.
Yeah.
So, what do people feel about some of the bands that we've been watching since Knee High to Grasshoppers still going? Do you think some of them should carry on? Which ones should definitely pack up?
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got any thoughts on that, put your...
Yeah, Jagger was 80 last week.
Yeah. But I think the drummers, I think the drummers do take a lot of pounding. I mean, especially with the sort of music that Nico has been playing. He's what I reckon is one of the most underrated drummers in the metal. Well, people don't, when they say best drummers in the world, Nico's never mentioned, but he's a very good drummer. Some of that intricate stuff he does on, especially the later Iron Maiden albums, that Steve Harris has moved him into this progressive metal instead of just these 3 minutes. It's very hard stuff to play. And I've watched him, and he puts a lot of effort in it. The trouble is, when you play that sort of music, you can't get away with a little tinky, tinky, tink. I mean, it's like when I went to see John Coughlin's Quo. He played some of the gentle ones, but the real rocker Quo songs, the drummer is now in like the Status Quo Connection, because he just can't play it. Matt Batson's just come up with a...
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, I was just reading that.
Oh, Chris.
There you go. Yeah, but Alice does a show, and it's all around doing a show, whereas Neil Young, it's mostly Neil just playing his songs, and he's getting old.
Good evening, sir. You little tinker.
It's the tinker himself.
Hello.
Yeah, so
Bruce and Anthea.
Yeah, that's why we think for Bruce and Anthea.
No. Who's Bruce?
I was trying to think of famous couples, and that just came into my head. Or famous double act.
Here come the usual suspects. Do you think he should have put in Bernard then, Mike?
Hiya.
Do you think Bernard Manning should have gone in ahead of Ian Jury?
Apparently, apparently Betfred were offering 10,000 to 1 on it winning.
Oh, were they? There you go. Go and get your bets in, folks.
Yeah.
Even if you put a couple of quid on, it's worth a bet.
Yes,
Don't quote me on that, though.
No, I won't quote you. But the one you...
I mean, Mr. Lineker over there would have been pulling the draw or sorting out the draw.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it. I wish we could do it like the FA Cup. Get a bag and put the balls and go, number one.
You could do. Do it.
No,
that'd be brilliant. Brilliant fun, that would.
That means I've got to get on a plane and fly over to London and then hire a car and drive up to Northampton.
No, you've got to get some celebrity to do it. Or 2 celebrities, one to draw the home teams, one to draw the away.
You could do it. One of you has a bag, like Mike just said, with the home team in them. Another has a bag with the away team or whatever. I reckon that'd be fucking... Oh, sorry, I nearly swore then. I reckon that'd be great.
You'll be banned, Nick.
Yeah.
When this goes up on my thing, I'll be told I won't be able to monetize it because someone was saying rude words. I actually got a sort of, not of a warning, but because I mentioned yesterday in the Iain jury has not been about the clever doo-doos. I had to say that I said a bad word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did send a message saying, yeah, it's in the title of a song.
Good. Yes. Good job. You didn't mention spasticus autisticus then, innit?
Yeah. But then
they've been bloody uproar.
Yeah,
or quoted the lyrics to Plaistow Patricia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it was okay for Iain to say it because he had got a disability. I think that's why he got away with it. But watching your video, Nick, I totally agree with you. He never got the praise and the accolade that he should have done because he was a good actor as well.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, that is his son, isn't it?
Yeah,
Baxter Jury.
Yeah, that's I forget the name of the road, but it's between Victoria Station and Westminster Abbey or Cathedral or something like that.
Yeah,
that was where that photo's taken.
Yeah, I thought it was near Victoria Station. Yeah.
Is it still there?
No. Well, it isn't. It isn't. I believe it's a cafe now. Well, it was when I last heard.
Yes, the photograph of the album's cover was taken by Chris Gabrin outside Axford's underwear and lingerie shop at 306 Vauxhall Bridge Road, Westminster, close to Victoria Station.
That's it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And his son Baxter.
What do you think about the jury then, Nick? I mean, I think sometimes he sounds very much like his dad.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not as good, clearly, but
no. Well, he'll always be compared to his dad.
Yeah.
I've got one album by him. Had I known in advance you're going to pop that one out, I'd have pulled the record out. Rob Walker was very kind to us to send me at ages. Oh, it was last year now. I forget what it's called, but it's got a picture of him on the front, and there's a swan next to him as well. But I forget what it's called. But, yeah, good album. He's good songs and that.
Yeah,
but nowhere near as. It sounds horrible to say, but he's always going to be compared to his old man.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a curse, really, isn't it? Having a famous dad.
Yeah, not that I'd know that.
Well, me neither.
No. My dad was famous for his tall tales. That's about all.
There's a book written by someone from Northampton about the music scene in the Northampton in the 50s, and my father and my grandfather are mentioned in it. Because my granddad used to drive his band around in a van, and my granddad worked for a fish company called Tuckley's. So they used to turn up to these gigs with this Tuckley's van, smelling of fish, and all the gear come out.
He wasn't the chap that used to go around all the pubs and clubs with the old basket full of cockles and whelks.
No, way before that. No, this would have been back in 1950 something. I mean, I bet the guy that wrote the book at a pub, and he was sort of signing them, and I put my book down, and he looked at me. He said, "Hold on a minute. Is that your old man?" Yeah. So he says, "So Jim was your granddad?" I went, "That's right." So this guy knew everything about it. So yeah. So I've sort of he's a bit of a legend in Northampton, my dad. So playing in bands, used to hang out in all the bars, when he was still only 16, But he was playing guitar, so he probably got away with it. Yeah. I mean, have you heard the Blockheads album they made after Ian had died?
No. I must say I haven't. I've not heard. Well, I've heard very little of their stuff after he died.
I remember it's someone that I've got one of the producers I've done, and when I listened to, this will be good, and I know it's horrible to say, but it just didn't sound right.
No, it's never the same, is it?
No, you haven't got the dulcet tones of Mr. Drury.
No. It's never going to be the same. I'm kind of in the view where you sort of leave it be and just remember.
Yeah, I mean, we're rather of an age that remember Ian, being popular, and it was great to have him about and being there when it was happening. And I think that's the best thing to remember him by is all them great songs.
I'm sure, haven't they? Didn't the Blockheads do the Road Mender once?
Yeah, they have played the Road Mender. Yeah.
Having said that, though, I'd if they were local, I'd probably go out of curiosity,
Yeah, because I'm sure they're going to do all the songs anyway. Yeah,
but then you don't want them to be just I suppose that's why you go and see them in the first place, a covers type band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather sort of see them do something new, really.
Yeah.
Go over the old ground,
As long as they got like Chaz Jankel with them, still, and Norman Watt-Roy. I think a fantastic bass player.
Yeah, I mean they were brilliant musicians.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
I mean, do they have that sort of X factor though? I don't know.
Well, you take the drumming on "Hit Me for Your Rhythm" rhythm.
Language.
Hit me with your rhythm stick. It's not even 9 o'clock. It's not Watershed yet, so I've got to be careful. But that drum beat is such a shuffle.
Yeah.
It's an incredible drum beat. It shouldn't fit with the rest of the song, but
Charlie Charles or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah. A great drummer.
I don't think he's alive anymore, is he?
No,
I'm sure he passed away a good few years ago now.
Yeah, Dave, they are. Can you go and have a check on how many of the Blockheads are still with us? I don't know. He may have disappeared. Okay, I don't want to go and do it because I'll usually break things. Oh,
1, 2, 3. Pot the crikey. Let's see. Current members 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 current and 3 occasional. That's 9. Former members 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 former members, of which Charlie Charles is one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob's
I
just
think,
said
I think he was disabled as well, or something like that. Oh, he had a disability. I think he used to walk with crutches.
Yeah, he had a thing. Yeah, Rob's just said Ian Jury, he's after his early albums, everything was mediocre. Baxter is more consistent.
Well, debatable.
Personal choice.
I don't know about that. I mean, I really like Baxter Jury, and I mean, you know, Miami's a great tune, but Ian Jury, I mean, I think he's pretty consistent, you know, throughout his career. I mean, clearly, sort of like I think New Boots and Panties and Do It Yourself were the 2 best albums. Yeah, there you go.
The box set.
Yeah, you got hundreds of those, haven't you, Nick?
Well, there's this box set has got all the it's got cards in it with all the different sleeve designs.
Yeah.
There was 34 worldwide. I've got 30.
Wow. Yeah, I thought you had loads.
Yeah, I actually I've had this month, so I haven't even opened it and played it yet. Terrible.
Yeah, because one of the albums that his wife found a load of recordings, didn't she?
I think I've heard about that.
Yeah, because one of the songs I had in my Bubbling Unders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember which
I've watched that. I've watched it a couple of times actually. That video.
Yeah, I think I've got a good balance there.
Yeah, I thought you did well. I thought you neglected Do It Yourself a little bit.
That's the Japanese one.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
There we got a little poo-poo emojis from Rob. Rob's back on form.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, you.
Yeah, Matt's just said, Nick, are you still looking for an American present? If so, I'll keep an eye out.
I'm missing one from America, but I can't remember what the design is. So I'm going to have to go through all my American ones and double check. I'm missing an American one. Israeli. It's got like the I keep calling it Jewish writing, but it's not, is it? It's Hebrew or something. So I'm missing an American one, Israeli, South Africa, and Finland.
Well, Israeli one. I've got Israeli connection, haven't I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have a word with my Israeli connection for you, Nick.
Well, you can easily Google it, and it show. Well, you wouldn't miss it anyway, because like I say, it's got like Hebrew, Jewish writing on it. Yeah,
It'll be easier if someone walks into a record shop in Tel Aviv, picks it up.
Yeah, I'm no problems with paying for it and postage and packaging.
Well,
no problems whatsoever.
I'll put it to
your dinner guest.
The Israeli and South African and the Finnish ones are probably the hardest ones to get hold of.
Yeah.
The American ones are fairly easy. I could get the missing American one via Discogs.
Yeah, Discogs.
I've got Australian, New Zealand, Japan. There's various German ones, French, Portugal. I've got Canadian. There was 12 British ones. I've got all of them. Yeah, from all over the place. All over the place. 34 of them. And I've got 30.
Oh, Rob's on form, isn't he? One copy of Do It Yourself is one copy too many. He's certainly he's got over his bug, hasn't he? Certainly got over his bug, which is good
Just
news.
wait till I start cracking the Oldham Athletic jokes. That'll get him going.
Yeah, it all starts again this season, isn't it?
Tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think
tomorrow.
the Football League starts tomorrow.
Yeah, and once again, a German side's going home from a World Cup early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the Brazilians.
Brazilians, yeah, the Spanish.
Yeah.
I think the Americans will be taking an early bath after the second round.
Fingers crossed.
Have they got Sweden?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're toasting, aren't
they? Swedish team's quite good.
Yeah. The Americans not singing their national anthem and doing all this. It's all political out there, isn't it, at the moment? You thought playing for your country, doesn't matter what sport you do, representing your country is brilliant. You know, you're very proud. Now, I went to Special Olympics when I worked in disabilities. And we went to we had the Special Olympics in UK, and we represented Great Britain. And when we walked out at the beginning, you know, we did the proper ceremony and walking out in our Great Britain gear. Even at that, it was something special. Okay, we've got a brand new person to my stream, but he's a legend in the VC. And it's the brilliant Jimmy Barnes. Hi, Jimmy. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening and welcome.
Hello, lad. You're right.
Welcome to
the there you go. That's the real.
Thanks, Nick.
That's the perfect welcome.
He does that every week.
Every week.
Look big in this.
I think he's just done it for you, Jimmy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so how's it up at your neck of the woods at the moment? How's things up there?
Yeah, pretty good. I've just finished recording a video. It's a bit different from my usual sort of thing. So, yeah, I saw that you were live, and I thought, well, as Rob's not on and doing his quiz and whatever, I thought I'd maybe fill in for him, although I know he's in the chat. So I'm trying to see if I can see the chat anywhere. But hi, I know someone said hello to me in it, so hello.
Yeah, someone has said that.
Everyone will look good next to me now. Yeah, you will.
I'm just going through the bits as well. So, yeah, I mean, good evening, Christopher. Yeah, your videos are just fantastic, mate. I really enjoy watching your videos because they are a little bit different. Especially the one you did for that competition. Am I off? I was going all quiet. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one you did for one of the final Simon's questions about when you use someone's rant on my channel. That was an absolute corker. So, can you spell the bins what your next one is, Jimmy, or are you going to keep it a secret?
Well, it's a little bit of a rant, actually. It's just discussing something that not across the board, but I think's been becoming a little bit prevalent within record collecting. Something that I'm a bit worried about on a couple of fronts. It's not the video because I try and schedule mine quite well in advance. I don't think it's going to come out till a week on Friday. So you're gonna have to wait 8 days for it. Well, a bit under 8 days, I suppose. But yeah, it's a bit more of a conversational kind of thing. It's not me showing stuff. It's just I wanted to get a couple of things off my chest, really.
It's nice to get things off your chest.
Yeah, it's not a dig at anybody. I do mention a certain channel quite a lot, but that's because it's thanks to him that this thing that's been on my mind I keep thinking about, and it's not a go at him. In fact, I'm a big fan of his channel. I won't say who it is because he's not here, and it's nothing bad anyway. But just like his spending habits have made me think about kind of certain aspects of record buying and things like that. So yeah, it's a fairly long video, but I've tried not to edit it too much. I've tried to keep it kind of conversational and like you just sort of listening to me have a one-sided chat really. So yeah, but that'll be out next Friday. There's some other bits and bobs coming before that. So if it was more urgent, if it was like sort of breaking news, I'd put it out quicker, but it's not. So
it's nothing. As you say, it's not breaking news stuff.
No, it's just something that's been on my mind a while, and I decided today's the day I'm going to sit down and talk about it. But it'll keep for another week, 8 days. It's fine.
That's fine. Anyway, I was actually listening to your entry for the Battle Royale today. As part of because I'm listening to New Order at the moment, so I listened to...
Oh, you listened to Technique, did you? What did you reckon?
Yeah. I'm not going to give too much away, but I would say that is going to be probably in my top 5.
Oh.
I hadn't heard that one for a long time, and I mean a long time. And I thought, wow, I forgot how good it was, and how, for the time when it came out, how advanced it was. It was a very good.
Which album have you gone for, Jimmy?
I chose Technique by New Order because it's probably my favourite album of all time. So, and New Order, my favourite band of all time, so it made sense to go my favourite album.
I mean, they're in my top 5. I mean, they're absolutely brilliant.
Oh, good.
And if you include Joy Division in there, then
I do collect Joy Division. I do like it, but I'm more of a New Order guy. I know some people think Joy Division are superior, and that's fair enough. But I fall on the New Order side of the camp. Oh,
yeah. Blue Monday.
We've all got that one. Yeah. That was the first 12-inch I ever brought.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Fantastic song, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the one with all the different die-cut sleeve bits, isn't it? The one they lost money on or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I didn't like it when they remixed that, though.
They've remixed it a ton of times.
There's only one version for me.
Yeah.
The original's the best. Yeah, there's probably hundreds of mixes out there, really, official and unofficial.
Yeah, apparently it's still played in clubs to this day, I've been told. Well, one of my nieces and nephews told me that I said, do you know? I said, I was in a club and Blue Monday came on. I said, what version? I said, no, the original. The one that you've got. Oh, wow. I said, what were the kids doing? I said, they were dancing to it. Oh, then he has to bring that up.
I like the B-side, The Beach, because it's like a sort of more dubby kind of version. So I probably prefer that because it's. I like Blue Monday, the A-side, another great single, World in Motion, but The Beach doesn't get played hardly anywhere, so it's just nice to kind of hear that because it's a bit more obscure, and I like those sort of dubby kind of mixes New Order were getting into around that point as well. Like they did some other similar kind of things, like with stuff like Subculture, State of the Nation, things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I like that compilation they brought out, and it's got quite a lot of different mixes of other songs on it as well. Can't remember what it's called now.
Rest of New Order, was it?
Something like that. Yeah, it's got some
interesting 95, I think.
Yeah, I've actually downloaded that off iTunes because I think it's got some good mixes on, and I quite like. This is who's entered at the moment. Dave's kindly putting them up. There's some good albums in here. It should be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to it. And I've designed the T-shirt, folks. I've got the design all sorted now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and it will be a one. There'll be two There is going to be two T-shirts because I want one because it's going to have a picture of Rocky on it. Rocky is on there. It's part of the sort of thing, but I want one because I want something to keep of Rocky. Because I mean, he's 13 in a couple of weeks' time. So it's I don't like, but you've got to start thinking. Every moment I have with him is precious now.
Mm-hmm.
Charles is concerned with the Battle Royal final clash with the FA Cup final. I might wear a suit.
Might.
Yeah. What's we got here?
Depends on how many we get.
Yes, I could be doing overtime on this. When you have these, I'm sure you have these ideas, all of you on the panel. You have these great ideas, and then you go, "Ooh, have I bitten off too much here?"
Oh God, yeah, I do all the time.
Yeah. Okay, VA for Rocky. Yeah, I am putting something together, folks, for Rocky's birthday. I sometimes wonder who's more important on this channel sometimes, me or the dog.
Yeah.
Rocky's the hero.
Whoa, there's a swap. I feel
Right.
that's how I feel about Matty. Every moment is special. Yeah. So, yes, we've got some interesting stuff next week. I'm looking forward to doing a bit of Tony Bennett, a bit different for the channel, but he's a legend. So, I'm going to say, I said it when I was going through it. If you say that you don't like anything by Tony Bennett, so go around. Do everyone on the panel do you like at least one Tony Bennett song?
Oh God!
Well,
yes.
yeah. I mean, it's
Several.
it's the standards, isn't it? He's one of the great crooners. He was one of the great crooners, wasn't he?
Was he the one that
How can you not like him?
Was it Amy Winehouse some years ago?
Yeah, he did. He's worked with Amy Winehouse.
In that case,
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, as well.
Yeah. So yes.
They was
I've never
working
met
recording
anyone
up until a year to 18 months ago. He was still recording.
He must have been the last of the crooners, though. He must have been. I don't think there's any of that sort of generation left now, is there?
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
of that
think
stature.
about
I think
it.
he's the last.
The Brat Pack, isn't it? Sort of, Sinatra.
He was
Ray
before
Davis,
the Brat Pack.
Dean Martin.
He was before the Brat Pack.
He would have been, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I couldn't tell you what he bloody well sings. I wouldn't have a clue.
Oh, if you heard one of his songs, you'd know exactly. You'll have heard stuff so many times.
Yes, Concert Buddy has just said about Maris, one of his parodies, has commended him for putting some hair on him. Hey, nice. Yeah, so my favourite one of Maris is when he's using bits from Ace Ventura. And then I've got the white coat on, which is quite funny because that's what I did that very similar job, but I didn't have a white coat. So I think that was quite thing. Pulsar's come up with something. Tony Bennett and I share the same birthplace. A story of Long Island. It's really good.
Nice one, that.
Yeah, Maris, it's all in good fun. Yeah, it is in good fun. Some people don't think it's in good fun, but There you go. It's in the can, Stevie. What's that about? Have I missed something?
Yes, go back up.
Yeah.
3 or 4 comments. It's
I
that
think
one.
Steve is just stirring things up again, isn't he?
Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, I've got some RIP tributes in the can. But Casuals Rugby Club, we had a very sinister, didn't we, Dave? That was in the pub, wasn't it? The Deadpool.
Oh, yes, the Deadpool. Oh, yeah, that ran in a couple of places.
Yeah, well, but the pub in Brixworth, we used to have the Deadpool.
It was wicked. It was the same person that kept winning.
Yeah, every time theirs died off, they put one in. I think one of them, I think he put one in. He'd been in there for ages, and they finally passed away. So he won the part, and he won it again within a few weeks. He won it. But the best draw I ever had in a pub thing like that was one of the Euros, and I pulled out Greece.
Oh, blimey!
Yeah, so I had everything taken out of me, but on the final, I was like,
2004, wasn't it? They won.
Yeah. There was me in the pub going, okay.
Let's have me money.
Yeah, I think I was one of the first ones to pull out. So I pulled it from Greece. Oh God, didn't think much of it. But as the tournament went on, I was starting to get, after England were knocked out and Greece was still in. Thought, I must turn my attentions to the team I draw. And I thought, well, I got to the final. That's great enough, but to win it was just something else.
That wasn't the one where they had the octopus draw in predicting the results, was it?
That was one of the World Cups, weren't it?
Yeah.
The Japanese one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, they worked out how he was picking the teams. Apparently, he had a preference for horizontal stripes.
Yeah, that's right. It was called Paul, wasn't he? Paul the Octopus.
That's it.
He was
Yes,
German.
Paul. Yeah, that's it. Paul the Octopus.
The Germans won with the octopus. Yeah.
I bet he made some wonderful sushi, you know.
Then the octopus died, and so did German football.
Yeah.
You sucker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dreadful.
It's the night of the bad jokes, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I know, and I started it, unfortunately.
Yes, your first joke was pretty good.
Didn't they have a turkey once predicting the football results or something like that in a competition? I'm sure they did.
Sounds familiar. Can't remember.
Yeah, Rob wants to know Jimmy's top 10 listened to records.
I buy so much, so I listen to it once, and then it takes months, sometimes years, for me to get around to listen to it again. So all my picks, if I did that, and it's not a thread that I really felt, I need to get involved in that. Some, like that one Simon Vinyl Dale did, the 20 extra questions.
Yeah.
I thought that was a lot of fun, and I thought I'd tackle it a different way anyway. Because at first I thought,
certainly did,
but then his were quite different, and I thought, well, I'll do it different. But now, so all mine, if I did do that, it'd be like just stuff I know I've listened to multiple times over the years. Like probably the only new album I've listened to probably more than 5 times over the last year or so was probably the last Rammstein album, really. So that, if I was doing current albums, that'd be number 1, but I'd be struggling for another 9, really. So,
I mean, if I was to do it on mine, it'd be like all the new albums I listen to review.
Mm.
So it wouldn't be much fun. I mean, like tomorrow, the Mammoth album comes out. I shall listen to it every day till next Thursday, and keep writing bits ready for next Friday. But you know, I'd be like, I'm like you, Jimmy. You know, I don't buy as much, but I listen to so much music.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get behind that one. I mean,
Yeah.
I just always seeing the pile of records I've got that I've not listened to yet, that I've bought, you know, maybe weeks ago. It's like, well, you know, something I'd have to be absolutely brilliant for me to be putting it on again repeatedly when I know lots of other stuff to listen to. A lot of it I'll have never heard before, you know, even if it's like a reissue or something. You know, so yeah, I know what you mean, but I didn't fancy that thread. Just didn't pitch my tent really. But
yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, Jimmy. I mean, I buy an awful lot of records, but when I tackled it, I just went for the records that I've had for ages. You know, that I still listen to from, you know, quite often. And shockingly, I sort of realised that some of them I've been listening to for over 50 years. Would you believe?
Oh, bloody hell!
I know. You know, stuff that I bought when I was a teenager, and I still, you know, time to time I drag them out. But yeah, I mean, like you, there's not a lot of stuff that I would listen to constantly. But you know, just stuff that's
the time
still
as
there
well
to listen to. Yeah.
Like there ain't enough hours in the day. I'd love to have more time to listen to music and get through my stack of albums quicker. But you know, life gets in the way, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
we've got videos to make, haven't we? Yeah.
You know, you take me. I've got a laundry list as long. I think if we stretched it out, it'd go halfway down to the road here. So I'm listening to the stuff of that, and I don't listen to that all the time because I get to a certain point in the day, 5 o'clock. If I'm going to put music on, it's my albums and what I love. You know, so I switch off, and at the weekend I very rarely listen to anything to do with the channel.
Yeah.
So if that was made on that list, it'd be Quo, AC/DC, Marillion, Genesis, Mike Oldfield, Enya. You know, and that'd be it. That's the ones I go for, and Queen. I just keep putting them back on.
Yeah.
But then again, they've got so many damn albums. You don't have to pay the same. Someone was saying to me in the pub not so long ago, "When was the last time you listened to this certain album?" I says, "It's got to be 6 months." Have you ever found that you've got so many albums, it may be months or years before you actually put it back on?
Yeah. I've got some fantastic stuff on mini disc, and a lot of it I bought on impulse, and I listened to it when I got it or soon after, and it's like, oh, that's great. I'm really glad I got that. But I've only listened to it once. Like I showed a Ben Folds 5 album on a video recently. Oh, it slips my mind. It was for Richard's current contest, his quarter contest.
Yeah.
Really, really good album, but I'm ashamed to say I've only ever heard it once, and I've had it for probably about 6 years now. So it's just in a very long queue somewhere.
This is where I should start pulling out my share and ranting and raving, but I won't. Yeah, Nick's right. Too many choices, especially when you add in streaming services. He's absolutely right. And Chris says that he sees, I see ages mellower in Rob.
Yeah.
There's so much. I agree with Charles though. Your top of the pop shows, Jimmy, are fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Be careful how you edit it though. It's cutting out certain details.
They take ages to edit. So just all the information that I'm dumping in them. So. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a more effective way of doing that just doesn't take me all day. But I'm shit out of luck at the moment. Oh, sorry, I dropped a mild swear word there. I don't know.
I'll have to put that in your little report. There's a
I'll
swear word.
I'll get a few drinks inside me, and then I'll go all Rachel and be dropping some C-bombs in a bit. No.
Yeah, I think you're asking for a yellow card here, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Question, Jimmy. What does smule mean?
That's a good point, actually. I don't know. It's the name of the karaoke app that I like to muck around on, but I can't say I know what it means exactly. Smule. No.
I see it on your videos, and I'm wondering what the hell it means.
It's a karaoke app. That's the name of it, but I'm not sure what the origins of the name is, to be honest.
Oh, there's some lovely sling going on here. Andy Ritchie's. Oldham have signed their new player, and Joel says Andy Ritchie. New thread, top 10 bands we think Iain really listened to.
Yeah.
Oyster Cult, Marillion and Quo, yeah. Cult. Yeah. I like them.
I'm going to do it, but I ain't going to do albums. It'd be too predictable. I'll do 7-inch singles and perhaps album tracks. That's my most listened to album.
Quadrophenia.
And it always will be. Predictable.
Yeah, that's Stevie Vinyl Cupboard's entry into the Battle Royale Quadrophenia.
Yeah. I was going to pick that one, actually. And then Stevie got in there quick. And then I thought, well, what about Who's Next? And then somebody else picked that.
Yeah, Mick from California picked that one.
Yeah, no, fair play to them. You snooze, you lose, don't you?
Yeah, but that's why I said always put. That's why I said put. Have two, and then
yeah. But if somebody's already said that one record before anybody else, then really, that should be their pick.
Yeah. Another one from Rob. 90% of the VC never listens to records, unless it's the Beatles.
Yeah.
No, they talk about the Beatles. No, sorry, they don't talk about the Beatles. They talk about the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Jeremy Beadle.
An American or Canadian pronounces that right, I'm going to go out and buy a lottery ticket, I think.
Yeah.
So it's just a bugbear of mine. It's like, and I was married. My ex-wife's American, so I had it for donkey's years of her not pronouncing the T's properly. But even now, it still annoys me a bit. But that's because that's all they talk about. The Beatles.
Yeah. Nick, if Stevie said if he wins, you can have the T-shirt.
No, it's all right. I ain't bothered. It's just a bit of harmless fun, isn't it? That's all.
Yeah. I would keep. I mean, that T-shirt may be worth a few quid. It's a one-off.
No.
Yeah.
Just a bit of harmless.
Good evening or good morning, Michael, whichever time of day it is.
Yes. Hang on, I'm doing everything wrong here tonight. I can't talk and do at the same time because I'm if I do that, I'm more likely to cut somebody off in midstream. Yeah, I've just put up the link if Michael wants to come in all the way from Japan.
And if anyone else wants to join in, I'll drop out.
Yes, that's how we work at the moment because we're
just an occasional guest, so I'm fine leaving if the usual one.
No, I'm the one who doesn't appear. I hide and disappear and go and work in the background.
A question for you, Jimmy. Where did you get the New Order 1981-82 poster?
Ooh, I've had that for years. I think that was off a site that I don't even know if they exist anymore. It was a Dutch site called Poster Lion. Posterlion.nl, I think they were, but it's been so many years since I used it. I couldn't say whether the site even exists anymore, but I got a lot of new order stuff. Most of it can't be seen now because I've got bits lying around from Poster Lion, but I think that's the one behind me there's relatively common. You'd probably find it on eBay certainly, and trying to think as well, what's that place that does a lot of posters? Not Athena, or is it Athena?
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
not
it
Athena
was.
do posters.
Although don't they do their own designs, Athena? No, I'm thinking out loud here. Ignore me.
Yeah, this stream is beyond saving. Shall we start causing drama? We might get 400 people coming in. And someone starts shouting and such thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the way to go, Ian. Be controversial. Just
Yeah.
for the hell of it.
I could start pruning.
Marius, what I'll do in the description box on this, because I don't take my live streams down, so I'll put all the links to these fine folk up on the panel in there for you, Marius. No problem.
Yeah, well, I've got a confession to make, Jimmy. I've missed your channel so far. I can't understand why. So I'm going to have to check you out. See
Thank you. If it makes you feel less guilty, I haven't watched you before either.
Well, I'm not a legend like you are, Jimmy. You see,
no,
that's understandable.
No, I've subbed to people, and I've it's like I've just not got the time to get round to watching them, or at least watching them regularly a lot of the time. And I think I've just you've not come across my radar apart from when I see you in here, Mike. Sorry,
yeah.
But I'll make a point of finding your channel afterwards. And,
cheers. Well, I'm going to do the same, Jimmy. But I mean, trouble is, the more the more channels you subscribe to, the more difficult it is to keep up with them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I subscribe to people, especially a lot who entered my last contest, and just I haven't got the time to be catching up on them and watching everything that they do. It's the ones who do regular content. There's some who I think only seem to enter contests and nothing else really, but which is fair enough.
Yeah, I tend to watch the ones like, especially the people who come up on this panel, because with the it's a discussion point, isn't it? What we're doing. Obviously, I don't watch a certain one anymore. Although I do nip in now and again, and I've had my spanner taken away.
Oh.
Yeah, but do I care?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're on the naughty step, aren't you?
I'm on the naughty step.
You know what? I should go in and look to see if mine's still there.
Yeah, probably yours has been taken away.
Yes, by association.
By association. Yeah, never mind. But we don't cause drama on here much. Just don't understand our sense of humour.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. I mean, I got a great response from some idiot called Ken something or other to my 10 most listened to.
Wasn't Kendo Nakasaki, was it?
What?
Kendo Nakasaki.
No, not Kendo Nagasaki. No. What, the man in the mask?
Yeah, I've actually seen him wrestle.
Oh,
yes, I. Yeah.
Yeah, Marius likes it. We're loosening up. I'm sure he's just looking for little juicy bits to put. So we superstars. you've got enough of me, Marius. Of you don't need much. You just use me and all the nonsense that goes on other places. So I've actually picked up some subscribers, I think, through that. I mean, I think my favourite one is the one where I'm on someone's head. I do like that. I'm not mentioning names because they might get a little precious. Do you know what I mean?
Rob mentioned the football shirts. You collect them then, Jimmy?
Yeah. I started collecting them early this year. Really, I mean, I'd had a few from years previous, but I just ramped it up this year because there's a friend of mine on YouTube, and he would get in a lot and bargains as well.
Stevie.
Yeah, I followed his lead really, but I've not bought one for a couple of months nearly, so it's not much out.
Evening, Stevie.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, mother.
There is a huge delay between me coming up on the phone and on the computer here. But anyway,
What was that?
Sorry. Yeah, I can see myself on the phone, but I can't see myself on the computer. So maybe I've got a delay.
Oh dear.
Yeah, maybe.
Who said that?
Oh yeah, there I am. Yeah. Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing
Yeah.
fine. It's getting a bit stuffy here. It's very muggy. I don't know what it's like wherever you guys are, but I'm going to have to get some air in here. All this hot air coming out.
Open a window.
Yeah.
Now there you see, he can't do it like Nick.
What?
You get up from your seat and Nick gets up from his seat. It's completely different.
I haven't got. I don't know how much metal are you carrying around in your body, Nick. I've got half a ton of metal in me. It just takes me ages to get out of seats these days.
I ain't got none.
God.
Have you got like a plate in your head or something?
I've got plate. Oh, it's all coming out tonight, isn't it?
I just
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bit like data. I used to open it up and tinker.
Yeah, I've got a plate here.
Oh, I see. Right. Sorry. Yeah.
I've got plate round. I've got metal round here.
No need to go any further. Okay.
No.
Yeah. God, it's Steve Austin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
he very nearly had a rod up his back.
I'm not $6 million. I'm probably about 33.
Yeah, 6L50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came on because I wanted to respond to a point that Jimmy made. Hello, Jimmy. I think it's the first time I spoke to you. But it's kind of interesting because you get recommended kind of so-called bigger channels when you're new to the vinyl community, but I've noticed that there are people that have come across that I've never seen them before on my screen, never been recommended, and of course they've been making videos like Jimmy has. I didn't see Jimmy until somebody suggested him to me. I think it might be Rob Walker or something. So there's a lot of little people like that have been making some good videos for years, but the sort of algorithm has never recommended them, even though they're the sort of kind of things I'd like to watch,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the same. Just saying to Jimmy, I've not come across his channel.
Yeah, that's what made me think about it. Yeah.
I do a variety of stuff. Maybe that's part of it really, that I don't often show up on people's radar because I'm not always about music. I do more music videos now than anything else, but there was a time when it was quite minimal really. So
yeah.
Well, that's funny. I've got two channels. I've got obviously this one for my actual channel, but I've got my own private YouTube channel. That's the funny thing. It's recommended myself.
I've had that when I log out. When I log out, it's like suggests one of my own videos to me, and it's like, you know what computer I'm working from, for God's sake.
Yeah. Why would I? Yes, here we go. Rob says, I suggest all the lost causes.
Well, they're all his friends for some reason.
Patrick wants to know, did I miss Nick showing his bum? You have missed it. He's done it. You're late.
Yeah, too late.
It was poor old Jimmy. Jimmy got it this week.
Finally.
He had to be fanned down, and there was someone in the background fanning him down.
Yeah.
You can come and see it on OnlyFans.
What, in your case, only fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very niche porn, isn't it?
Lorry drivers is quite a kind of specialized fetish, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. Oh dear. I can wiggle about with my Yorkie bar.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. You were talking about Nick's video earlier. I haven't seen it. Is he going for Bernard Manning?
Well, you'll have to watch and find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, how's the jigsaw coming on then, Stevie?
I like your Sergeant Pepper's choice. So I thought, yeah, you know, Sergeant Pepper's is growing me as one of my all-time favorite jigsaws.
Yeah.
No, I've done the outer rim. I've done the bass drum because that was quite easy. So next I'm working on the Sergeant Pepper's uniforms because they're the same colours, you know. But I like to do it slowly, just a few pieces a day, you know.
Yes, well, you have to show us when it's done then.
I think it's a very underrated album jigsaw, you know. It doesn't get talked about a bit. You know, it's the same as the LP, and I can't work out why, you know.
Yeah.
It's a pivotal album jigsaw then.
If there's a piece missing, I'm going to go ballistic, you know. I'm going to write to Paul McCartney.
Have you got that missing piece?
Yeah. Or it's probably on the floor behind Vinyl Dale's sofa or something.
No, I prefer the white album jigsaw. That's more fun. Much more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or close to the edge. Yes, that'll be it. You know.
Hang on, is that Michael making sarcastic comments about my?
Yes, it is. Is there a ceiling leak in your?
Do you know when I got more subscribers to him, it really hit him hard. You know. So we have a little bit of fun banter. Who's got more subscribers? So Michael, can you just check it? Who's winning at the moment? Just tell me to the nearest 100. Okay, how much it is? No, it's still very sore about it. I haven't bought much this week. A couple of things. All right.
I'll make you big because I can't see that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Costello.
Yeah. So I'm trying to, and I did buy something else. You never guess what it is. It's quite heavy.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, excellent.
So I'm just up to chapter 2 at the moment. You know, where he's being abused. So that's a funny thing to wake up to. Yeah.
It's a coffee table book then.
I mean, I won't say why, but I have difficulty reading, so it's a bit of a challenge, something like that. You know, but I just take it a little bit at a time.
Right, does anyone want to come up? Because Dave will disappear. So if you want to come up, just put I want to come up, and Dave will make way for you. So he doesn't mind doing that because he's a nice chap. But hopefully in September, October time, we won't have to do that anymore. So I'll have 10 people up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's come to that time.
Nick's doing his stuff again.
There you go, Patrick.
Is it OnlyFans?
I've been on that one nearly 2 years, I think now.
Okay. What is it? I can't see what that is. Make him big.
I've got to make you big, right? I'm not doing my job here very well.
Ah, right. That's what's her name? Pauline? Is it Pauline?
Pauline Black.
Pauline Black, that's it. Black by Design, yeah. Selector.
It's a good read.
Are you going to read us a bit?
A book at bedtime with Nick.
The Selector returned from America, Alina Hardeband, and went straight into Horizon Studios to record our next single, The Whisper. On the B-side was Train to Scarville, but we are now so lean and hard that it would take only the slightest knock to fragment us completely. There you are.
There you go. You need the Jackanory.
You've just stolen the thunder.
I like Jackanory.
Yeah. I could read you an extract from Inside Spinal Tap, or The Fox Guide to Modern Pike Fishing.
Oh.
Okay, the start of this is a teenage kind of vengeance. I was still playing the harmonica and getting good at it, but it was clear that guitar was the instrument that matters. Jimpy, that was his school friend, and I had been mesmerized by Rock Around the Clock and Haley's band. Only had a single sax player. They marked their country and western heritage with a pedal steel guitar, and the swing was jaunty and extremely cheerfully bordering on manic. The words were often nonsensical. Today, almost every early rock lyric has been interpreted as having some secret meaning to do with sex. But if they did, I never noticed.
Mm.
He's just seen Bill Haley's Rock Around the Clock film, and it's had a big effect on him.
Ooh. I had this for Christmas. I finally got round to starting to read it.
That's a quote. I knew it.
Yeah, it's got to be in it. It's quite up to date because there's a picture of the reunion on the back. Yeah. There's more pictures in it. There's some great pictures of the band from the early days.
Do you know what, Ian? I'm also this surprised me. I'm also reading this. He cites Quo as a very big influence on one of his favourite bands, all-time bands.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm also listening to an audio book at the moment that I got off Amazon. It's a cricket one written by Jonathan Agnew, and it's like not a tribute to Brian Johnson, but obviously Brian Johnson had a big influence on Jonathan Agnew. It's a really good read. Some of the pranks I got up to on that Test match special on the radio. I mean, cricket on the radio is quite boring, but what they were doing in between was quite hilarious. Yeah, I quite agree that Linden book will be a good read. I might have to get that myself.
Yeah. It is a very good read. I'm only about halfway through it, but
I'm everything on a Kindle now. I have been doing, like, before I had my cataracts done last year. It was the only way I could read with, like, a black screen on a Kindle, and it's just a habit I've carried on rather than getting back into physical books. Although I've got quite a few, physical books anyway. But I download loads to my Kindle and just I love reading. Love it, always have done ever since our nipper. The one I'm reading at the moment's quite interesting. It's got a lot of music stuff in, but it's called Don't Look Back in Anger, but it's not about Oasis, although they feature in it. It's about the whole Cool Britannia and Britpop scene.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how it's written because it's just full of like quotes and interviews. That's like, it's not, it's like, and I wasn't sure at first, but I've really got into it in the way it's written with just, like Noel Gallagher with a quote, Steve Coogan, Damien Hirst, anyone who was like big in the 90s, and it's really good. But I'd love to read. I need that John Lydon book is one I'd certainly I need to be looking out for that and download that at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of because I as I say I have trouble reading, but in the library they have the tape books, and that's for me the easiest way of reading, to just stick the tape on. But of course they don't have hardly any music books at all, let alone anything like that. It's just even though you ask, it's like they've got one copy in Scotland, and they can't send it down or whatever.
Yeah, Nick, Michael wants to know what's the story with that flag behind you. What is it? We know what it is.
Don't go there.
That's just an England flag.
The flag of St. George.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to brighten the place up, because I haven't bothered decorating in here yet. This will be the last room to be done in the whole house.
Why, is it the toilet?
This, believe it or not, is my bedroom, and it's doubling as a junk room, a store room, everything, a record room. Till I get downstairs sorted properly.
Oh wow!
Do you know, Nick? That's a weight off my shoulders, because I think I commented on one of your videos, like tidy up your YouTube background. What I said was, are you gonna paint the wall behind you? And then the next thing I know, you put that up. So I thought maybe I should apologise.
No.
That's what we should. We should all have a flag behind us.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
I've got a Union Jack do, mate.
I haven't got any flags.
Well, the night is young.
Yeah. I'll have to draw one.
Yeah. I'll have to get myself a Yorkshire flag.
I'll just stick with my album covers. That's one thing when I used to go on a certain channel. Patrick used to make comments about what albums I'll put up on my back. I'll put them big just for you, Patrick, so you can have a look, because I'm sure you miss doing this. There we go, Patrick, just for you. That's what we got up at the moment. Let's get me big head out of the way.
Oh, is that seventh son of a seventh son?
Seventh son of seventh son, yeah. Well,
I don't know what the others are.
Oh,
it's what's the name in it?
Oh, it's a Van Halen one.
Yeah.
Is that Slade on the left?
Yeah, Slade, great. The one with the lady on, the one above that, and the one with the Helter Skelter.
The lady one ain't Patti Smith, is it?
No.
I know what it is. I can't think of the name.
Well, that is a Japanese band called Val Wow. And that's the album actually called Helter Skelter, because they do a version of the Beatles, Helter Skelter. And that is the Starfleet project, Eddie Van Halen and
Yeah.
And that is Bent Out of Shape Rainbow. So there we go.
Ooh.
I think there's a copy of that in my latest video. So if everybody would rush over there and click like and watch the damn thing.
You're doing some plugging, Steve. Which album have you got? Which album?
Well, that's not as bad as you, Ian. Like you're talking about a certain live stream, but like I clicked on it and there's Ian going, "Oh, by the way, I'm having my live stream tonight." 3 p.m. Eastern time or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're truly international, aren't you, Ian?
Yeah, I got pulled up about that. They took me and Mickey out, so I used to go on there, and I thought, yep, pretty much, but pretty much. So that's what I went on for.
I've got something else to show you if anybody else has got something they want to show, but I can show you something that took me an afternoon to put together.
Okay, make it big.
All right. Okay. Well, we have to go walkies for this. All right. I've just realised my battery might die, so if I just sign off, then you'll know why. Right. We're coming into the rental accommodation hallway of Stevie Towers. Right. I'm going to make this reveal. Right. This is I'm going to do a video about this because this is like the cheapest one in the vinyl community. Absolutely perfect condition. Actually got this a year ago, so I thought I'd do a little video, and here we are, folks. Well, I can see you're all mesmerised by that IKEA Kallax. Wow, Steve, that's
amazing.
great, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 4x4, and it literally cost me next to nothing. So,
Is it Chippendale?
Yeah.
It's the IKEA Kallax. Because I don't know if you noticed, my cupboard is full, so I need somewhere. This is why I don't do many competitions, you see, because I need somewhere to pull them all out and sort them out. So that is my sorter outer thing in the hallway. But I'm so glad you like
that wallpaper behind you, Stevie. It looks like an Ian Jury album cover.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, there you are. There you are. Nick. I've got the.
It's very kitsch.
Yeah, this one's the American Ian Jury cover, or is it the Israeli? I don't know. There's,
Could be one of the ones I'm missing.
The missing Ian Jury. This is the thumbnail, Ian. I was going to say you should do thumbnails for these so people can see who's on it. And then I've got do the thumbnail there, Ian, and just put Ian Jury text on that.
Yeah.
Yes, Michael wants to know, Stevie, can we have a tour of your sock drawer next?
Well, because of the situation with the other half, my sock drawer is actually like a storage box under the bed, and that's all I get. So, this is the only man space, 3 foot by 4 foot. This is it. This is all I've got.
And on that bombshell.
So it really is a cupboard, then.
It really, of course it is. I don't normally show anybody this.
God, I mean, this is an exclusive, isn't it, for the chat?
Yeah.
But a lot of vinyl.
That is the vinyl cupboard.
That is the vinyl cupboard.
Look into the vinyl cupboard.
Yeah.
I want you to edit that out, or put it on the Patreon page,
Yeah, I'm glad to see it's not just a name. Then it's a real thing.
It's a cupboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. What you see is what you get, Mike. Yeah. On this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a bit like
nothing artificial here,
I think it's a lot of all of us up here tonight. What you see is what you get.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the music. I've got some CDs to show you.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll make you big, Mike.
Yeah. So I picked this up from a charity shop. 4 for £1. So that's one. That's a Spin Doctors. That was the 4th one that I bought to make up the 4. But
pocket full of kryptonite, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have that.
Yeah. I mean, Two Princes is just about the only other track I know of theirs. It's not a bad album, actually.
Love Two Princes.
But
brilliant track.
What I really sort of was looking for, or what I found, is one Smiths, Louder Than Bombs, and another one. There you go. Queen Is Dead, and then a compilation that Nick will approve of.
Oh, yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
But I thought I just had to pick it up. I was waiting for a bus, and there's a charity shop right by the bus stop, and I thought, right, I'll go and have a look while I'm waiting. And there you go, 4 for £1.
Not bad.
It's a way to go nowadays. Sometimes, isn't it? CDs, they're so cheap.
Yeah, I'm in town. I'm going into Northampton tomorrow, so I'm going to have a little wander around, see if I can pick up anything. If it's better than the last time I went, it was Mantovani, James Last, Slim Whitman.
My favourites.
Yeah, James last.
Yeah.
A Walk in the
Yeah.
Black Forest.
That's her. Was it something Jawanski or something?
Well, yeah, look, he knows.
Yeah. Sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, walking the. Yeah, Herb Albert did a version of it, but I think the original is someone
Did
Jawanski.
Status Quo cover it?
No. if Dave Welker was manager still, he probably would. He's not my favourite manager of States Quo.
I did forget to ask you, Ian, on the ranking, because I'm not too up on Elvis Costello. So where does that one come on the ranking in terms of LPs?
Well, I haven't done a full ranking of them, but I would say that's definitely top three.
Top three, right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't wasted my pound. Okay, good.
You haven't wasted your pound, no.
Every pound counts.
Definitely a top three for me. That one. I think I've got it on cassette, but mine's one of them cassettes that my mate recorded for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think.
Also, I was right. I was right with his name. It's Horst. There you go.
Horst Jankowski.
Yeah.
Didn't he play left back for the Czech Republic?
Probably. I think you need to start holding auditions to be on this stream. He can't be very rude, that man, can he?
Yeah.
Just his birthday.
He should be up there on his birthday.
Top 10 is the most watched one I've put out.
Yeah, are you sure you got the year right, Ian?
Yeah, I got the right.
If you had said 54, I wouldn't have flinched.
He had a good top 10 though.
Yeah.
Some great records. And off the top of my head, you had the Stones, you had the Animals, the Beatles, Manfred Mann. That's not bad, is it?
Yeah. What was Dusty Springfield in there as well?
Dusty Springfield, PJ Proby, Jim Reeves.
Now you're talking. Jim Reeves.
Yeah.
Horst Jankowski.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Michael.
Cool. Yes.
54, my ass.
I think the only one I haven't done Mike's birthday or Stevie's birthdays. I've done everyone else upon here.
Well, mine was in May, so you missed me.
Well, we can do you next time round. When's yours, Mike?
January. So it's a while.
It's a little while, but I'll put it down.
Yeah,
Right.
but I don't think the charts had started when I was born.
Oh, yes, they had. Oh, yes, they had.
Do you mind me
Yes, they
asking
had.
how old
The
you are,
chart
Mike?
started in 1952.
What year
Was it
are
really?
you, Mike? What year are you, Mike?
58.
1958. What year are you, Steve?
Well, it's private data. No, 65. So
65. And that's May.
yeah, I'll tell you privately.
Okay, put it in private then if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Well,
don't
I just-
don't
The
want to
thing
get
is,
too
I'll
much.
just put it on your thumbnail.
I've been a bit reticent. I've been a bit reticent to do this, to give the full details.
No, yeah, that's no problem. So if you wanna put your actual days, just send me an email or something. I don't mind.
Maybe you should do it like the birthday in the week of, like Monday to Sunday, like that.
Oh, someone's just put it up. You never guess who's put it up, Steve. That man there.
Rob.
Whoops.
Thank you. Data protection. Yeah.
Data protection. Yeah.
No, that's the wrong day. Actually, sorry.
Or so you say.
See, there's the oldest person I've done, and I'm not doing that in any bad way, Gary. Yeah, he was the oldest birthday we have done.
He's got the wrong day.
70 is the new 40. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well recovered, Charles.
Yeah. Pulsar's the oldest. I'm next.
I'm still young. I'm 66.
You're what? You were born in 66.
Yeah, born in 66.
Yeah, you're not 66.
Yeah.
You're 57.
That's the trouble. Is being born in 66. Every night. That's the last time England won the World Cup. You know.
Yeah, we can blame you for that now.
You can blame me for that. Be interesting when, like I've done you before, you're going to get your 10th birthday next time round. And do people's 10th birthdays. And then when it gets to a thing where the music's rubbish, you don't get nothing.
Well, like we could do the opposite, the other side of the pond chart.
Yeah.
So the Yanks get a British chart and the Brits get the US chart.
God no.
It's like when I said I did some of the. There is a difference. I mean, I know there's a lot of you Americans that watch this, but the music in some eras of music are totally different. You know, you look when I do people's birthdays in America, I look at the charts and then I compare it to the UK, and half of the bands in America I've never heard of, and they've never had hits over here. Here's the baby of the group, Simon.
Yeah.
Mm. No, he's barely out of nappies.
He's only 12.
So Simon is listening to kind of like 90s music then.
Yeah. You see, here's how when it comes
that would explain his video. Yeah.
Yes. But within this this stream, he is our 90s guru, isn't he? He's the man and like Jimmy as well. You're the Jimmy and Simon. They know more about 90s music than what I do.
Yeah, it was my era.
Your era, I see it.
90s are my teenage years. So, yeah, a lot of the people, like yourselves, born in the late 50s into the 60s. I like that. I like the music, that you grew up with in the 70s. But like when I'm watching the Top of the Pops and doing the reactions, when I do a 1970s episode, I'm like, oh, I don't know what they're called, and then sometimes it'll get to the end of the track. Noel Edmonds or Tony Blackburn will say, "I know that's so and so," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I should have realised," but I don't recognise them. But once it's sort of into the late 80s and early 90s, I'm in a comfort zone there. So.
Yeah, I love watching the 70s ones because I don't know what it is, and I'm shouting at the screen.
I know. I just think because I do them all as live. Like I don't go back and sort of cut bits out where I've made a tit of myself. I'll leave it all in for those. And a lot of the time I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna have so many people thinking I'm a right fool here. You're not realising that was, I don't know, Shawaddy Waddy or someone like that.
Yeah, but that's what makes them so entertaining.
Yeah,
you can't mistake Shawaddy Waddy because of the gear they were dressed in.
I never saw him. and I'm not familiar. So it's been a discovery. A lot of the 70s ones, and certainly because it's helped me get into a few more acts from that era that. I'd only known by name or the odd track or whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's me the other way. When I do some of the classic albums from the 90s and the 2000s, I'm listening to stuff that I've heard of, but I've never sat down. Like, I've never sat down and listened to many Arctic Monkeys albums.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to them, and I think, they're not a bad band. I wouldn't have bothered listening to them. It weren't me looking into it. It's the one with their debut album, the one with that long title from the Arctic Monkeys, and I can never remember it because I've got a memory like a sieve.
Everybody's doing it, so why can't we? Is that what it's called?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's probably not exactly right.
Yeah, Rob has made a thing. No, the 90s is not represented in the VC.
Well, you could say a bit about the 80s as well, really. You know, because it is predominantly, particularly in America, it's like, you know, your 70s rock and roll and prog and what have you.
Yeah.
It's predominantly classic rock, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I think what peeves me is when bands get called heavy metal and they're not heavy metal. I hate it when people put in about AC/DC being heavy metal. They're not heavy metal.
Yeah, and sort of phrases like, I mean, some of the American phrases like shoegaze. It's like, shut up. There's no such thing as shoegaze, you know.
So what you do when you go to Clark's, look in the window.
Yeah, that's when you got like a stiff neck or something, and you're looking down, or.
Yeah, well,
Nothing
nothing wrong with shoegaze, Stevie.
Oh no! Here we go. Right. Okay.
It's definitely a thing.
That's no.
You know why it's called shoegaze, don't you?
Right. Go on then.
It's because the guitarists sort of tend to sort of look at their feet because they were concentrating on the effects pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably why it's called shoegaze.
But then I don't like. I mean, that's fine. I don't mind that, but I don't like it kind of this retrospective thing like it existed. Like I've heard, what's it, Cocteau Twins? Oh yeah, they're shoegaze. It's like, well, that term never existed then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't like the retrospectiveness of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's this other term that comes up, and it's the sort of music that I really can't abide, but it's been sort of called yacht rock.
Oh God, yeah. That's
what I mean. It's dreadful stuff, but I'm sure I never heard that term when these bands were doing their stuff.
It's the Americans. Blame the Americans.
Yeah.
The one that I don't like is hair metal.
Yeah.
Any band that had big hair in the 80s, like night rock bands, they all had big hair. You know, they said like Poison and Cinderella. They said they were glam. They're hair metal. They're not. They're glam metal. To me, that's glam metal. Like we had glam rock with Slade, T-Rex, everything. It's glam metal. Big hair and makeup. It's just moving on. I just really hate that hair thing. Hair metal. And it's the other one that gets me is R&B.
I've started something.
For R&B for me is, James Brown, rhythm and blues, and rhythm and blues.
Yeah, Muddy Waters, people like that.
Not this. Yeah, I want, that all for that. That's not R&B, that's a noise. You probably know more about that than me. I get dub. I actually get what dub is.
Yeah, I like dub. I mean, that's that's 70s really, isn't it? But and it was a good job there's no young people watching, Ian.
Yeah. Well, if then we had young people watching, I'd faint. I think the average age for my channel is around about 55.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's. I had to look at my stats, and sort of like something like 90% of the people were between 45 and 55, and all the others were older.
Yeah, I have got some younger people that watch. One or two. There's a young lad that comes on here now and again.
You're going to say their names and addresses.
No, he came on. He didn't start off very well because he's making demands and all that.
Have you got their date of birth?
And he sort of was just, he's okay, and he loves sort of the glam metal of the 80s. And he's only he can't be more than 18, 19. But when I ever put something glam metal up, he always comments. So, he's watching what he likes, which is great. I don't care who watches, to be quite. Oh, he's definitely on. He's on fire tonight. 95% of his subscribers are dead.
It's a fair point.
Yeah, the undead.
Anyway, folks, it's come up to the 2 hours, and if I want to do more of these every week, I have to stop. So
keep going.
As always, it's a pleasure, and it's been great having you up on here, Jimmy, making a contribution.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'll try and get up again at some point. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Jimmy.
Without
Nice to meet
the usuals, Richard and Rob and Nick or Steve, Mike. But yeah, I don't mind filling in occasionally. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic! And once again, to my regulars of Mike and Nick, it's always a pleasure having you. And Stevie, who's a regular now, and Dave, you actually stayed up all night.
What? Who woke me up?
It's good night for me.
And it's good night from the rest of
you. Energy.
Good night from him.
There's your thumbnail. Put some thumbnails up, Ian, for God's sake.
Yes, thumbnails. All showing books. Okay, thank you very much.
It's not too difficult, Ian, to do a thumbnail. It really isn't.
No, I'll
Okay, cheers. See you all. Bye.
Okay, see you all. Thank you very much. And we'll see you all next week.
Good night, all.
Good night. Bye.